For years, Oumuamua was just a name. A strange footnote in astronomy. A ghostly visitor that baffled science and then vanished into the dark. It was a cosmic ghost story, a puzzle for theorists to debate, and then, for most of the world, to forget. First spotted in 2017 slicing through our solar system, it moved too fast, spun too oddly, and lacked any tail or emission to explain its trajectory. It accelerated as it left us. It broke every rule. And just as quickly as it arrived, it disappeared. The theories were endless: comet, asteroid, interstellar shard, alien probe. But eventually, the mystery faded. Until now. Because something has happened. Something no one can explain. A signal, faint but deliberate, has been received from the exact region of space where Oumuamua should be. A pulse, a pattern, a transmission, clear as a bell in the static. And with it, a chilling implication: Oumuamua didn't just pass through. It was watching. And now, it may be coming back. But it's not alone. When astronomers at the Pan-STARRS Observatory first detected Oumuamua, it was unlike anything they had ever seen. Its hyperbolic path meant it came from outside our solar system and would never return. Its form defied categorization: long and thin like a shard, or perhaps flat like a solar sail. Its rotation was chaotic, and it lacked any visible gases or dust. Even stranger, as it exited the solar system, it sped up. Subtly, but undeniably. Avi Loeb, the Harvard physicist, famously suggested it wasn't natural at all, perhaps a light sail. He was dismissed by many. But the acceleration, it was too precise. No outgassing, no gravitational slingshot. It just moved. Before a consensus could form, Oumuamua was gone, leaving only confusion in its wake. What no one expected was that years later, its story would return. Not as a sighting, but as a voice. Years after it disappeared, radio observatories continued listening, mostly out of habit. And for years, they heard only silence. Until, without warning, a burst of structured radio waves pierced the static. Not random noise. A signal, faint, rhythmic, precise. It wasn't smeared by gas clouds or distorted by distance. It was engineered. At first, it was dismissed as interference. But then came the triangulation. The origin matched Oumuamua's projected path almost perfectly. It was coming from deep space, from exactly where the object should be. But this was not an echo. The frequency was unlike any used by Earth technology. It wasn't a distress call. It was more like a trigger, a message not meant for us, but one we intercepted. Once verified, the signal was dissected at the deepest levels of analysis. What they discovered broke the boundaries of known science. The transmission wasn't just a pulse, it contained embedded data. A structure that echoed prime numbers, mathematical constants, and waveform spikes that to some resembled neurological activity. But the most disturbing element wasn't the math. It was the mimicry. Deep within the signal was an altered audio sequence, an eerie distortion of the greeting we sent aboard the Voyager Golden Record. "Hello from the children of planet Earth." Played back at a lower frequency, twisted by time, but undeniably there. It wasn't a reply. It was a playback. A cold, perfect recording. They weren't just listening, they were sampling. Something had remembered us. As attention turned back to Oumuamua's path, telescopes across the globe refocused on that dark strip of space. What came back wasn't comforting. A faint thermal signature, invisible to optical telescopes, began to appear in the data. It wasn't Oumuamua. It was smaller, colder, but following a mirrored trajectory. A companion. A shadow. It was pure stealth. No light, no heat, nothing but a subtle gravitational wake. It emitted no light, but it moved. And with it came a horrifying question. If Oumuamua was never alone, what else passed through our system unnoticed? Just as the community struggled with this, a second transmission arrived. It came from a slightly different region of space, near the path of this new shadow object. This time, it was modulated, a multi-layered data stream far more advanced than the first. When researchers overlaid the two signals, they fit together like puzzle pieces, forming a larger, terrifying pattern. It was a map. Not a star map, but a temporal one. A series of events encoded in prime intervals, aligned with our solar system's milestones. Jupiter's magnetic bursts, Saturn's auroras, even Earth's own seismic activity. They didn't just know our planet's location. They had a log of its internal activity. They knew our planet's vital signs. In response, archival data was scoured. What analysts found was staggering. Buried in datasets from before 2017, faint anomalies matching Oumuamua's signature were discovered. Odd motion tracks, dismissed at the time as software glitches. When filtered through new AI models, the traces lined up. There were other Oumuamua-like objects. At least 3 more, all following hyperbolic paths, all passing undetected. This wasn't a failure of one telescope. This was a failure of our entire species' awareness. As this reignited, so did the suppression. Suddenly, open-source telescope data began to disappear. Research forums, once buzzing, fell silent. Whistleblowers revealed internal memos advising researchers to pause all outbound analysis and report anomalous signals only to internal review teams. One private astronomer in Australia, who got too close to the truth, reported that his telescope's targeting computer was remotely wiped. This wasn't just containment. It was a digital curtain being pulled across the sky. Amid the silence, one final revelation slipped through. A leaked data packet from a facility in Chile contained a projection model mapping the combined trajectories of Oumuamua and its shadow companion. At first, they seemed to diverge. But when the solar system's own motion around the galaxy was factored in, their paths began to converge. They are heading toward a region of the galaxy known for its gravitational irregularities, an area devoid of light, dense with radio noise, and suspiciously avoided by major surveys. A place where the laws of physics seem to bend. A cosmic junction point, or a galactic transfer station. Oumuamua and its companion are not wandering. They are returning to base, delivering a report. Oumuamua entered our system without a sound, slipped past our defenses, and left a mystery. We thought it was a rock. We feared it was a probe. But now, with signals decoded, shadows found, and silence enforced, one truth is impossible to ignore. Oumuamua was part of a greater network, a system of watchers passing through, silently mapping our world. For decades, we believed we were listening for voices among the stars. But now, it seems we were the ones being recorded. The question is no longer, what is Oumuamua? It's, what sent it? And what happens now that we've let them know we can hear them? If Oumuamua was just a scout, what does the real ship look like? Let us know what you believe. Was this interstellar reconnaissance, or something far more complex? Drop your theory in the comments. And if this story made you look at the stars a little differently tonight, subscribe.